Canada is home to many proudly out and inspiring gay men. These 10 trailblazers have used their voices and talents to represent the LGBTQ+ community with courage, creativity, and pride. From the stage to politics, they continue to break barriers and inspire change. Hailing from North Bay, Ontario, Scott Thompson burst onto the comedy scene in the late 1980s and quickly became a household name thanks to his work on The Kids in the Hall. At a time when being openly gay in entertainment was still a risk, Scott proudly declared his identity to the world, paving the way for greater LGBTQ+ representation on television. His performances challenged stereotypes with sharp wit, fearless humor, and unforgettable characters that resonated deeply with queer and straight audiences alike. Scott's openness helped carve a path for future generations of LGBTQ+ comedians and entertainers. Toronto-born actor Connor Jessup represents the new generation of LGBTQ+ talent, unafraid to own their truth publicly. In 2019, he took to Instagram with a heartfelt message about his journey as a gay man navigating Hollywood's pressures and expectations. Known for standout roles in shows like Lock and Key and films like Closet Monster, Connor's honesty has encouraged countless young people struggling with their identities. His willingness to be vulnerable in the public eye sends a hopeful message. You don't have to hide who you are to succeed or be loved. Lucas Silveira, originally from Toronto, is the powerful voice behind the rock band The Clicks. As an openly gay musician who also identifies as transgender, Lucas uses his platform to challenge norms around gender, sexuality, and identity. His raw, passionate lyrics speak of love, pain, and self-discovery, helping fans across the world feel seen and heard. Lucas's career is a testament to how music can be a radical act of self-expression and liberation for LGBTQ+ people everywhere. Ontario-born Bruce LaBruce is a filmmaker, artist, and cultural provocateur who has never shied away from pushing boundaries. His films and photography unapologetically explore gay male sexuality, punk culture, and radical politics. Bruce's openness about his identity has made him a pioneer in queer art, inspiring others to embrace their sexuality as an essential part of creative expression. His work doesn't just entertain, it challenges audiences to rethink assumptions about gender, desire, and society itself. Tom Fitzgerald, based in Nova Scotia, has crafted a cinematic legacy that centers queer stories with compassion and nuance. His films, The Hanging Garden, Cloudburst, and others, explore themes like aging, love, loss, and identity, often through the lens of marginalized characters. Tom's work goes beyond the typical coming-out narrative to depict the fullness of gay life, encouraging empathy and understanding from all audiences. His openness about his own identity enriches every story he tells. Frank McKechnie is a trailblazer who made history as one of the first openly gay politicians in Ontario. In a field where many LGBTQ+ individuals have historically stayed closeted, Frank's courage to live openly has had a ripple effect, encouraging greater acceptance and participation of queer people in public life. His advocacy and visibility demonstrate the importance of representation in politics to effect meaningful social change. Say it, type it, share it. You never know who else might need to hear your words. Steve Galluccio, bridging family and identity. Growing up in a conservative Italian-Canadian household in Montreal, Steve Galluccio's path to self-acceptance was anything but easy. Yet, his decision to come out publicly fueled a remarkable creative career as a playwright and screenwriter. His hit play and film Mambo Italiano poignantly explore the tension between cultural expectations and queer identity, using humor and heart to tell stories about love, family, and belonging. This has helped many others find hope in reconciling tradition with authenticity. His works often draw from personal experiences, making them deeply relatable to anyone struggling with identity and acceptance in a traditional environment. Through his courage, Steve Galluccio has shown how art can heal, unite, and challenge stereotypes, earning him a lasting place in the canon of LGBTQ+ creators in Canada. Brad Fraser, theatre's bold voice. From Edmonton, Brad Fraser is renowned as one of Canada's most influential playwrights, known for his fearless exploration of sexuality, violence, and human connection. Openly gay for decades, Brad uses his stage to confront uncomfortable truths about the LGBTQ+ experience, often confronting themes many avoid. His landmark work, Unidentified Human Remains and the True Nature of Love, remains a seminal piece in queer theater, challenging audiences to engage with the complexity of identity and desire. Brad's career underscores the power of storytelling in changing hearts and minds. His uncompromising voice has carved out space in Canadian theater for stories that are raw, honest, and unapologetically queer. Beyond his plays, Brad has mentored young writers, spoken at universities, and remained a loud, fearless advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, using art to illuminate what society often shuns. Matthew Chantelois, championing LGBTQ+ visibility in media. Quebec native, Matthew Chantelois has spent much of his career in front of and behind the camera, working to increase LGBTQ+ representation in Canadian media. As a proud gay man, he has been a vibrant host, media executive, and advocate, helping to elevate queer voices and stories through projects like Toronto Pride and Out TV. Matthew's efforts have made significant strides in normalizing LGBTQ+ experiences on screen, providing visibility where it matters most. His work extends beyond entertainment. He's been instrumental in shaping inclusive media policies and community initiatives that celebrate diversity. With charm, intelligence, and vision, Matthew has become a trusted voice in both mainstream and queer media, showing future generations that being authentic can also mean being seen and heard in powerful ways. Richard Ryder is a beloved Canadian media personality known for his wit, warmth, and unapologetic humor. As a longtime host on Out TV and the creator of the hilarious drag persona Wilma Fingerdew, he has become a staple in LGBTQ+ media. Through his commentary on RuPaul's Drag Race and his interviews on The Bubbly Talk Show, Richard entertains while also uplifting and educating audiences. Open about his journey as a gay man, Richard uses humor to share personal experiences, foster connection, and promote self-acceptance. Beyond the screen, he's active in pride events and charitable causes, making him not just an entertainer, but a powerful advocate for the LGBTQ+ community. With every laugh, Richard reminds us that pride and authenticity go hand in hand. Angelica Ross's path is the definition of reinvention. After an honorable discharge from the Navy under Don't Ask, Don't Tell, she taught herself code and founded TransTech Social Enterprises, empowering hundreds of trans people with tech jobs. On Pose, she glittered as Candy Ferocity. On Broadway, she made history in Chicago as Roxy Hart, the first trans woman to take a leading role on that legendary stage. Angelica's journey from military uniform to haute couture reminds us that our truest service is to our own becoming. From the twin sunshine of Tobago to the fierce lights of Pose, Dominique Jackson's path was lit by her own radiant confidence. Growing up with limited resources, she taught herself the power of presence, of saying "Here I am" with unwavering pride. As Electra Abundance, she delivered lines that pierced screens and hearts alike. Dominique's elegance and grit continue to inspire those who dare to stand tall in their own truth. Finally, we honor Laverne Cox, a force of nature whose journey began in Mobile, Alabama in 1972. After starting hormone therapy in 1998, she rose through theater and film to become Sophia Bursett on Orange is the New Black, a role that earned her the first Emmy nomination for a trans actor in a major category. A Daytime Emmy Award followed for her producing work on The T Word. beyond the accolades, Laverne's most profound achievement is opening doors, teaching millions that transgender women are not monoliths, but individuals with love and brilliance. When MJ Rodriguez walked onto the set of Pose as Blanca Evangelista in 2018, the world paused to see a new kind of heroine, one whose strength was forged in the fires of personal struggle. Born in Newark, New Jersey in 1991, MJ knew early on that the sweet harmonies of her own voice held the power to heal. She survived periods of homelessness and turned to theater as both refuge and revelation. Her portrayal of Blanca, a fierce house mother who nurtures her chosen family with boundless compassion, earned her a historic Emmy nomination in 2022, making MJ the first openly transgender woman nominated for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series. Beyond Pose, she's graced magazine covers, headlined Pride concerts, and uses her soaring soprano to uplift trans youth, reminding us that our scars are not signs of shame, but badges of honor. Eva Rain's heart pulsed with stories long before she ever stepped in front of a camera. Moving from St. Louis to New York in 2018, she sharpened her pen as a summer fellow at Them and assistant editor at Vice, elevating trans voices. When Billy Porter cast her as Kelsa in Anything's Possible, 2022, Eva became one of the first Black trans women to headline a studio film. Balancing roles in journalism, film, and activism, she shows us that storytelling in any form can shape empathy, break barriers, and demand justice. Isis King's story begins in a small town where fitting in felt impossible. At 17, with no home to return to, she boarded a Greyhound to New York City, clutched a single suitcase, and slept in an LGBTQ youth shelter. The city's roar didn't frighten her, it gave her hope. In 2007, she began hormone therapy, and 2 years later, thanks in part to Tyra Banks's groundbreaking support, she underwent gender confirmation surgery. Then came 2008. America's Next Top Model changed forever when Isis stepped onto its stage as the first openly trans contestant. Her smile lit screens worldwide, her courage inspired countless hearts. Beyond modeling, she's an actor, shameless when they see us, an advocate for homeless LGBTQ youth, and a mentor who reminds young people, as she once was, that family is chosen and you deserve love exactly as you are. India Moore's childhood in the Bronx was marked by foster homes, transit buses, and unanswered questions about identity. Yet at 15, she signed with Ford Models and walked for Dior and Gucci. At 23, she became the first trans person on the US cover of Elle magazine. As Angel Evangelista on Pose, she blended vulnerability and ferocity, giving life to stories many thought invisible. In March 2025, she celebrated her engagement, a testament that love, like identity, can be chosen, cherished, and declared boldly. From Houston's suburbs to Hollywood's spotlight, Amia Scott's journey is a testament to the transformative power of self-acceptance. As a young adult, she endured bullying and family rejection, only to find her true voice through modeling and dance. In 2015, the world got its first glimpse of Amia on the reality show The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where her grace and resilience shone through every trial. She later brought depth and authenticity to her acting debut as Shug in the Starz series Power, breaking stereotypes and broadening representation. Off-screen, Amia is a motivational speaker, advocate for trans rights, and designer of inclusive fashion, proof that when you claim your story, you can style your life on your own terms. Alexandra Billings is the living definition of trailblazer. Born in 1962 in Schaumburg, Illinois, she spent her early years feeling misplaced in a body and world that couldn't name her truth. After coming out and transitioning in her 20s, Alexandra became the first trans woman to play a trans character on daytime television, Dr. Marlena Evans on General Hospital in the early 2000s. Her stage work is equally groundbreaking. She's performed in musicals like Cabbage Patch and toured nationally in Cinderella opposite Kelsey Grammer. In Ryan Murphy's Transparent, Alexandra's portrayal of Davina Marks offered raw, unfiltered glimpses into trans joy and sorrow. As a teacher, speaker, and mentor, she continues to guide generations towards self-love, showing that the bravest role we can play is simply being ourselves. From the tough streets of the Bronx, Erin Rose Phillips fought every day against cerebral palsy, racism, and transphobia. Yet at 17, elite model management saw her radiance and signed her, the first Black trans model with a major agency. Rolling onto the Moschino runway in her wheelchair, she redefined beauty standards. She's graced the covers of British Vogue and Paper, starred in Miley Cyrus's Mother's Daughter, and spoken at Tumblr HQ at just 12 years old. Publisher of the memoir This Kid Can Fly, Erin's life is a testament to the truth that talent, not disability or gender, is the measure of a star. Hari Neff's electric presence first lit up the fashion world in Calvin Klein's Pride campaign in 2020. But behind the sleek editorials and film festival carpets, Hari and her partner Corey Kempster built a chosen family of queer artists who lifted each other through every milestone. After major roles in Port Authority and groundbreaking arcs on Pose and Transparent, Hari emerged as a passionate advocate for trans narratives. She reminds us that self-acceptance is not a destination, but a daily act of bravery, one that transforms not only our own lives, but also the culture at large. In Manchester in 2003, a small child named Yasmin quietly knew she wasn't the boy everyone expected. Fast forward to 2022, she blew audiences away as Elle in Netflix's Heartstopper, capturing all the vulnerability and joy of first love. By November 2023, she joined the storied universe of Doctor Who as Rose Noble, rewriting what a companion can be. Yasmin, barely out of her teens, continues to expand the horizons of possibility, proving that with authenticity and talent, the world will always make room. Imagine growing up with two of the world's biggest celebrities, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, as parents, yet still feeling the ache of invisibility. That was Zaya Wade's reality until age 12, when she quietly said to her mother, "I'm a girl." The love she received in that moment set the stage for her transformation. In 2023, she legally became Zaya Malaki Aramis Wade. With each drop of hormone therapy, she rediscovered joy, and with every supportive Instagram post, she rewrote the narrative of transgender youth. As a model for Miu Miu and Tiffany & Co., and co-founder of Translatable, a hub of resources and community for LGBTQ+ families, Zaya teaches us that acceptance begins at home and ripples outward to change the world. Born in Honolulu on March 10, 1983, Janet Mock heard early the whispers of a future she couldn't ignore. Working as a sex worker to fund her trip to Thailand for surgery, she endured stigma so fierce it might have broken many. But Janet transformed that pain into power. Her memoir, Redefining Realness, landed on bestseller lists, giving voice to experiences long silenced. As a writer and producer on Pose, she shattered ceilings, becoming the first Black trans woman to direct an episode of television. Through keynote speeches, op-eds, and relentless advocacy, Janet continues to carve out space for trans people of color to flourish and be honored. Born in the vibrant streets of Miami, Tease Madison always felt she was destined to sparkle in sequins, not the rough denim and sneakers her family insisted upon. At 5, she confided in a neighbor, "I'm a girl," only to face rejection from the people who should have protected her most. Homeless by her teens, T survived on sheer will, even turning to adult entertainment as a means to eat and sleep safely. Yet every hardship stoked her inner fire. At 17, she began hormone therapy. By her early 20s, she had completed gender-affirming surgeries. In 2013, a hilarious, heartfelt Vine video went viral, catapulting her into the spotlight. She launched the Tease Madison Experience, graced RuPaul's Drag Race, and in Beyoncé's Cozy, her radiant voice celebrated what it means to be unapologetically yourself. Today, Tease runs a media company, mentors young trans people, and speaks out against discrimination. Proof that when you embrace your truth, nothing can dim your light. Bill McKinney passed away in 2011, but his legacy as a rugged, memorable character actor lives on. Known for his tough guy roles and distinctive screen presence, McKinney left an indelible mark on classic films such as Deliverance. His performances continue to be appreciated by cinephiles and fellow actors alike, and his contributions to the craft are often cited as emblematic of a certain gritty, authentic style of acting that defined a generation. River Phoenix remains one of the most unforgettable young actors in Hollywood history. His performance in My Own Private Idaho showcased a rare depth and sensitivity that still resonates with audiences today. Tragically, River's life and career were cut short when he died of a drug overdose in 1993 at just 23 years old. Despite his brief time in the spotlight, his influence has only grown over the years. By 2025, River is remembered not just for his talent, but for the enigmatic aura he left behind. A symbol of youthful brilliance, vulnerability, and the harsh realities of fame. His work continues to be celebrated in film retrospectives, documentaries, and countless articles, inspiring actors and filmmakers who see him as a timeless figure of artistic integrity and emotional honesty. James Russo is a quintessential character actor, recognized for his ability to bring complex, layered characters to life. Since My Own Private Idaho, Russo has maintained a steady career in film and television, often taking on tough, gritty roles that showcase his range. As of 2025, Russo continues to be a reliable presence in Hollywood, working across genres and mediums. Though he might not be a household name, Russo's peers and fans alike respect his dedication and craftsmanship. Beyond acting, he has also become involved in mentoring younger talent and sharing his deep knowledge of acting craft through workshops and classes, giving back to the industry that shaped him. William Richert is notable not only for his acting, but also for his work as a director and screenwriter. In 2025, he remains quietly influential in independent film circles, championing projects that might otherwise go unnoticed by mainstream Hollywood. While no longer a frequent on-screen presence, Richart's legacy includes nurturing new voices in film and pushing creative boundaries. His career reflects a deep commitment to artistic expression, often favoring thoughtful, provocative storytelling over commercial appeal. Max Perlich has built a career as a versatile supporting actor, especially in independent films and television. As of 2025, he is respected for bringing authenticity and nuance to smaller roles, often elevating the material with his naturalistic style. Perlich's steady presence in the indie film scene has earned him a reputation as a dependable and gifted performer who enhances any project he's part of. Though he's not a mainstream star, Perlich's impact on the indie world is significant, and he continues to choose roles that challenge him creatively. Flex Alexander has evolved beyond his early acting roles to become a multi-talented creative force in the entertainment industry. By 2025, he's well established as an actor, producer, and director, especially known for his work in television comedy. Flex is also an influential figure within the African American entertainment community, actively mentoring emerging talent and advocating for greater representation and diversity on screen. His career is marked by a passion for storytelling and a commitment to uplifting voices often overlooked by mainstream media. Tom Waits, the iconic singer-songwriter with a gravelly voice and a flair for the theatrical, made a brief but memorable cameo in My Own Private Idaho. As of 2025, Waits remains a towering figure in music and film, known for his boundary-pushing albums and distinctive artistic style. Though he has slowed down slightly with age, he still records new music and occasionally acts, maintaining his reputation as a unique and influential creative force. Waits' work continues to inspire musicians, filmmakers, and fans who admire his fearless approach to art and storytelling. Udo Kier, the prolific German actor, is known for his extensive work in cult, horror, and art house films. Even in 2025, Kier remains an active and beloved figure in cinema, celebrated for his willingness to take on bold, unconventional roles. With a career spanning over 5 decades, he has earned a dedicated fan base and is often hailed as a cult icon. Kier's energy, eccentricity, and enduring passion for acting keep him in the spotlight, and he continues to challenge himself with diverse and daring projects. Keanu Reeves's career trajectory since My Own Private Idaho is nothing short of legendary. From indie films to major Hollywood blockbusters, Keanu has proven himself to be one of the most versatile and enduring actors of his generation. In 2025, he is still a major force in the industry, known for leading roles in hugely successful franchises like John Wick and continuing the beloved Matrix saga. Beyond his on-screen success, Keanu's reputation off-screen is equally impressive. Known for his humility, kindness, and generosity, he has built a reputation as one of the most beloved figures in Hollywood. Keanu's grounded personality, philanthropic work, and respect for fans and colleagues alike have cemented his status as a rare, everyman star who remains approachable despite his fame. Fans admire him not just for his talent, but for his genuine character and enduring optimism. Troy's ethereal sound and intimate lyrics made him the voice of queer youth. But he's more than just a pop star. He's a storyteller of queer tenderness, longing, and joy. His music videos boldly depict same-sex love with a delicate strength that has redefined what masculinity can look like in pop culture. Offstage, his advocacy for mental health and LGBTQ+ inclusion is as powerful as any hit single. No one has disrupted the music industry like Lil Nas X. He went from internet meme to global icon, and he did it without diluting his truth. Whether he's pole dancing down to hell in Montero or performing in glitter and gold, he dares the world to question its assumptions. Every step he takes is one giant leap for queer Black representation in mainstream music. Handsome, talented, and once deeply closeted, Colton Haynes represents a new chapter in Hollywood. His brave decision to speak openly about his sexuality and mental health inspired others to heal. Today, he is thriving, acting, writing, and mentoring young LGBTQ+ people who see in him the possibility of rising from pain into purpose. Long before it was cool to come out, Ricky Martin risked it all. His decision inspired millions, especially in the Latinx community. Today, as a father of 4 and a humanitarian, Ricky uses his platform to champion LGBTQ+ rights and refugee aid, proving that visibility can and should go hand in hand with impact. Jonathan's role as a romantic lead in Bridgerton made headlines, but it's his refusal to hide who he is that truly changed the game. His nuanced performances in Fellow Travelers and his articulate interviews about the limits placed on gay actors are reshaping Hollywood's outdated notions of masculinity and desire. A rare example of an action hero who happens to be openly gay, Luke Evans has long defied expectations. Whether singing in Beauty and the Beast or fighting dragons, he has shown that queerness and strength are not opposites. They are intertwined. Luke continues to break ground for LGBTQ+ actors in big-budget cinema. No one turns a red carpet into a political statement quite like Billy. With his dazzling gowns, fearless voice, and Emmy-winning performance in Pose, Billy has demanded respect for queer people of color and those living with HIV. He's not just an artist, he's a force of nature, and a reminder that the most powerful thing you can wear is truth. From Doogie Howser to Barney Stinson to real-life family man, Neil's decades-long journey through Hollywood has shown that a gay man can do it all. Comedy, drama, hosting the Tonys, and raising children with grace. He helped normalize same-sex relationships in entertainment at a time when few dared to be open. With eyeliner, sequins, and pipes that can shake stadiums, Adam Lambert has brought queerness into rock's spotlight. As the frontman for Queen's new era, he honors Freddie Mercury's legacy while writing his own. His fearlessness and flamboyance remind young queer artists they don't have to tone it down to be successful. Whether on stage or screen, Ollie Alexander tells the truth. His starring role in It's a Sin was a heartbreaking tribute to the generation lost to AIDS, while his work in Years and Years is pure queer euphoria. He is a warrior for mental health awareness, and his flamboyance is political, a joyful resistance to shame. Antoni doesn't just teach people how to cook, he teaches them how to feel. On Queer Eye, his gentle presence and heartfelt conversations often provide more nourishment than the meals he prepares. Antoni's quiet brand of leadership reminds us that not all queer icons need to shout. His vulnerability, emotional intelligence, and ability to meet people where they are have made him a beloved figure, someone who shows that healing often begins with listening, and that softness is a form of strength. Kevin Abstract is the kind of artist who doesn't just make music, he makes space. As a Black queer rapper from Texas, he's redefining what hip-hop can sound like, look like, and feel like. Through his work with Brockhampton and his solo projects, Kevin shares raw, unfiltered stories of identity, longing, and rebellion. His courage to exist loudly and unapologetically has paved the way for countless others who were told they didn't belong. In every lyric, you can hear someone refusing to be erased. In a world of filtered perfection, Chris Olsen's honesty is a breath of fresh air. Whether he's joking about dating mishaps, documenting his therapy sessions, or showing up for his morning coffee runs, Chris invites his followers to see the beauty in imperfection. With humor and heart, he normalizes anxiety, queerness, and the messy process of growing up. His brand isn't about being flawless, it's about being real. And in that realness, millions have found comfort and connection. Matt Bomer is the epitome of grace under pressure. Behind his chiseled Hollywood looks lies an actor of immense depth and integrity. Whether portraying closeted men in historical dramas or confident characters in contemporary stories, Matt brings an authenticity that resonates deeply. Off-screen, he's a dedicated husband and father, proving that queer men can thrive in every role, from leading man to family man. In an industry still catching up, Matt has led with quiet courage and unwavering pride. With her towering blonde wigs, exaggerated makeup, and twangy country tunes, Trixie Mattel turned drag into a brand, and a wildly successful one at that. But behind the Barbie persona is a brilliant entrepreneur, musician, and comedian who's built an empire on camp, heart, and hustle. Trixie proves that queerness isn't a niche, it's a movement. Her story is one of transformation, tenacity, and unapologetic joy. She's not just playing dress-up, she's playing the long game. Bowen Yang is changing the face and voice of comedy. As the first Chinese-American cast member on Saturday Night Live and one of the few openly gay ones, Bowen's presence is both groundbreaking and long overdue. His sketches are sharp, witty, and often deeply personal, tackling everything from identity to pop culture with nuance and flair. But what truly sets Bowen apart is his ability to find laughter in pain and turn personal truth into universal joy. Justice Smith's impact lies in his stillness. He's not the loudest in the room, but when he speaks, people listen. As a biracial queer actor, Justice has taken on roles that challenge stereotypes and expand what queer visibility looks like on screen. He advocates for better, fuller representation in media and uses his platform to lift others up. In a world that often demands performance, Justice reminds us that authenticity is its own quiet revolution. Ben Platt has a voice that cuts straight to the soul. Whether on Broadway in Dear Evan Hansen or in his solo music, Ben sings with the kind of vulnerability that makes you feel seen. His lyrics explore shame, longing, and the aching beauty of queer love in a way that's both raw and redemptive. He doesn't just perform, he connects. Ben's artistry is a reminder that queer stories belong not just in the wings, but center stage. Loud, proud, and wildly fabulous, Bretman Rock is a one-man phenomenon. The social media star blends beauty, comedy, and unfiltered realness into content that feels like a party and a pep talk all at once. As a queer Filipino-American, he's shattered ceilings in the beauty industry, proving that makeup is for anyone who wants to feel powerful. But beyond the glam, Bretman's message is one of self-love, family, and resilience. He's a reminder that joy can be radical and contagious. Connor Jessup may speak softly, but his work hits deep. Known for emotionally rich roles in Lock and Key and indie films, Connor brings a poetic sensitivity to every performance. When he came out publicly, it wasn't with a headline, it was with a heartfelt Instagram post, brimming with honesty. His approach to art and life is thoughtful, deliberate, and full of soul. Connor shows us that being queer isn't always loud or flashy. Sometimes it's quiet, steady, and profoundly beautiful. Known as the Catwoman, Jocelyn's journey started with a desire to win back her husband. Instead, she became a tabloid legend. Multiple facelifts, cheek implants, lip enhancements, and eye surgeries later, she didn't just transform her appearance, she redefined it. To this day, no red carpet is complete without someone whispering, "Is Jocelyn here?" Her legacy? The phrase, "She spent $4 million to look like that?" Fashion queen Donatella is unmistakable, not just for her platinum locks and golden tan, but for her ever-evolving face. Over the years, her lips plumped, her cheeks ballooned, and her skin took on a texture somewhere between silk and porcelain tile. While her designs remain iconic, her face became a bold canvas of cosmetic experimentation. Love her or not, you definitely notice her. Model, muse, and walking exaggeration of femininity, Amanda Lepore is proud of her transformation. She doesn't hide her surgeries, she names them. With her ultra-pouty lips, impossibly narrow waist, and porcelain-smooth face, Amanda is more myth than woman. Some see her as a living Barbie, others see her as a bold performance piece. Either way, she's unforgettable. Best known for his hit, "You Spin Me Round," Pete Burns spun his face through a whirlwind of procedures: lip implants, cheek fillers, nose jobs, and more. A botched lip surgery once left him hospitalized for months. Pete remained outspoken and unbothered, calling his face a canvas of self-expression. Still, fans couldn't help but mourn the rocker's once striking natural look. Joan didn't just have surgeries, she branded them. With over 700 procedures, yes really, she turned plastic surgery into a running gag. Her honesty was refreshing, and her jokes, like, "I've had so much Botox I can't smile at my own funeral," made her a trailblazer in more ways than one. Mickey Rourke was once the smoldering heartthrob of the 80s, until he turned to professional boxing and got punched in places makeup couldn't hide. To fix the damage, he underwent several surgeries, and then some more. The result? His rugged charm got replaced by a puffy, plasticine version of himself. Mickey later admitted most surgeries were a mistake. At least he's honest. LaToya's resemblance to brother Michael didn't happen by accident. Nose jobs, skin lightening, and facial contouring brought her eerily close to MJ's famous and famously altered look. At this point, you could cast her in a Michael biopic without prosthetics. Still, she remains fiercely confident, a true Jackson trait. Scott Thompson, aka Carrot Top, had a goofy charm that needed no enhancement. But fame is a strange motivator. His surgically altered face, bulked-up body, and ultra-tight skin created a version of himself that even his old headshots don't recognize. Fans still love him, but many can't help thinking he looks like a cartoon character who escaped from an energy drink commercial. The widow of Elvis Presley, Priscilla was the picture of timeless beauty until a reported encounter with an unlicensed doctor in the 2000s. An industrial-grade silicone filler, meant for auto parts, left her face looking tight and swollen. She reportedly underwent corrective treatments, but fans couldn't help noticing her porcelain expression during interviews. Somewhere, Elvis weeps softly. The Hill star stunned fans when she revealed she'd undergone 10 cosmetic procedures in one day. Breast augmentation, liposuction, nose revision, chin reduction, you name it. The results left her unrecognizable. She later confessed, "I felt trapped in my own body. It was one of reality TV's most dramatic plot twists, and it didn't even happen on camera." Known for her roles in American Pie and Sharknado, Tara's attempt to refresh her look backfired. Her breast augmentation left her with rippling skin and misshaped contours, while botched liposuction added insult to injury. Though she later underwent correction, paparazzi photos turned her into a warning tale for young actresses tempted by the scalpel. Once the wild-eyed frontman of Guns N' Roses, Axl now looks like a wax version of himself. Rumored facelifts and fillers have left him with a shiny, expressionless look that makes even his screams seem muted. Still, the man can rock a stadium, just not his own facial muscles. The late country crooner admitted to making a bad bet when it came to his cosmetic procedures. After a highly criticized eyelid lift, his once charming gaze was replaced with a surprised expression that never quite faded. Fans loved his music, but many missed the soulful face they knew from his earlier years. Lil' Kim's changing appearance sparked headlines almost as often as her music. From skin lightening to dramatic contouring, her facial transformation left fans stunned and confused. She's been open about her insecurities and pressure from the industry, and that honesty is what truly keeps her legendary. Janice once had the world at her feet, and surgeons at her beck and call. Multiple facelifts, Botox rounds, and breast enhancements later, her once expressive features became a bit paused. She's since spoken candidly about her regrets and even documented her surgical reversals. Fierce then, fierce now, even if the eyebrows don't move. Cher has made no secret of her trips to the plastic surgeon. "If I want to do it, I'll do it," she declared. Her face has stayed eerily wrinkle-free for decades, and while some praise her youthful look, others wonder if she's more silicone than singer. Either way, she's a pop goddess with a platinum punch. MJ's evolving face was one of the most documented and debated transformations in history. Starting with nose jobs and skin treatments, his journey became more drastic over time. He attributed some changes to vitiligo, but the missing cartilage and collapsing nose told a more surgical tale. Still, his legacy in music far outshines his cosmetic choices. Meg's bubbly smile and natural charm made her the darling of the 90s. But when she stepped onto a red carpet in the 2010s with an entirely new face, fans were speechless. Puffy lips, taut skin, and a lack of expression had everyone asking, "Where did America's sweetheart go?" Fans adored her in Splash and Kill Bill, but in recent years, Daryl's tight, shiny look surprised audiences. Though she never confirmed her procedures, the lack of movement in her face suggested some serious tweaking. Natural beauty may age, but frozen beauty doesn't move at all. Courtney's relationship with cosmetic surgery has been as unpredictable as her music career. Lip injections, nose reshaping, and facial fillers have left her looking like a different version of herself every few years. But true to form, she owns it. After all, she never played by anyone else's rules, especially not beauty's. Bill McKinney passed away in 2011, but his legacy as a rugged, memorable character actor lives on. Known for his tough guy roles and distinctive screen presence, McKinney left an indelible mark on classic films such as Deliverance. His performances continue to be appreciated by cinephiles and fellow actors alike, and his contributions to the craft are often cited as emblematic of a certain gritty, authentic style of acting that defined a generation. River Phoenix remains one of the most unforgettable young actors in Hollywood history. His performance in My Own Private Idaho showcased a rare depth and sensitivity that still resonates with audiences today. Tragically, River's life and career were cut short when he died of a drug overdose in 1993 at just 23 years old. Despite his brief time in the spotlight, his influence has only grown over the years. By 2025, River is remembered not just for his talent, but for the enigmatic aura he left behind. A symbol of youthful brilliance, vulnerability, and the harsh realities of fame. His work continues to be celebrated in film retrospectives, documentaries, and countless articles, inspiring actors and filmmakers who see him as a timeless figure of artistic integrity and emotional honesty. James Russo is a quintessential character actor, recognized for his ability to bring complex, layered characters to life. Since My Own Private Idaho, Russo has maintained a steady career in film and television, often taking on tough, gritty roles that showcase his range. As of 2025, Russo continues to be a reliable presence in Hollywood, working across genres and mediums. Though he might not be a household name, Russo's peers and fans alike respect his dedication and craftsmanship. Beyond acting, he has also become involved in mentoring younger talent and sharing his deep knowledge of acting craft through workshops and classes, giving back to the industry that shaped him. William Richert is notable not only for his acting, but also for his work as a director and screenwriter. In 2025, he remains quietly influential in independent film circles, championing projects that might otherwise go unnoticed by mainstream Hollywood. While no longer a frequent on-screen presence, Richart's legacy includes nurturing new voices in film and pushing creative boundaries. His career reflects a deep commitment to artistic expression, often favoring thoughtful, provocative storytelling over commercial appeal. Max Perlich has built a career as a versatile supporting actor, especially in independent films and television. As of 2025, he is respected for bringing authenticity and nuance to smaller roles, often elevating the material with his naturalistic style. Perlich's steady presence in the indie film scene has earned him a reputation as a dependable and gifted performer who enhances any project he's part of. Though he's not a mainstream star, Perlich's impact on the indie world is significant, and he continues to choose roles that challenge him creatively. Flex Alexander has evolved beyond his early acting roles to become a multi-talented creative force in the entertainment industry. By 2025, he's well established as an actor, producer, and director, especially known for his work in television comedy. Flex is also an influential figure within the African American entertainment community, actively mentoring emerging talent and advocating for greater representation and diversity on screen. His career is marked by a passion for storytelling and a commitment to uplifting voices often overlooked by mainstream media. Tom Waits, the iconic singer-songwriter with a gravelly voice and a flair for the theatrical, made a brief but memorable cameo in My Own Private Idaho. As of 2025, Waits remains a towering figure in music and film, known for his boundary-pushing albums and distinctive artistic style. Though he has slowed down slightly with age, he still records new music and occasionally acts, maintaining his reputation as a unique and influential creative force. Waits' work continues to inspire musicians, filmmakers, and fans who admire his fearless approach to art and storytelling. Udo Kier, the prolific German actor, is known for his extensive work in cult, horror, and art house films. Even in 2025, Kier remains an active and beloved figure in cinema, celebrated for his willingness to take on bold, unconventional roles. With a career spanning over 5 decades, he has earned a dedicated fanbase and is often hailed as a cult icon. Kier's energy, eccentricity, and enduring passion for acting keep him in the spotlight, and he continues to challenge himself with diverse and daring projects. Keanu Reeves' career trajectory since My Own Private Idaho is nothing short of legendary. From indie films to major Hollywood blockbusters, Keanu has proven himself to be one of the most versatile and enduring actors of his generation. In 2025, he is still a major force in the industry, known for leading roles in hugely successful franchises like John Wick. Beyond his on-screen success, Keanu's reputation off-screen is equally impressive. Known for his humility, kindness, and generosity, he has built a reputation as one of the most beloved figures in Hollywood. Keanu's grounded personality, philanthropic work, and respect for fans and colleagues alike have cemented his status as a rare, everyman star who remains approachable despite his fame. Fans admire him not just for his talent, but for his genuine character and enduring optimism.